Welcome to the blacked out version of Badger Speaks. So in honor of the blacked out version of Badger Speaks, we're going to look at some of the greatest images in street history in all black. Let's get it started. The most OG picture of all time, us chasing rats. Remember that one? Oh. Here's the Alabama Do-Si-Do chucking beers.
Ryan was pretty much blinded at this point.
I remember that picture. That was a great moment right there. We got Nate Neal in the backyard with a cup of lemonade. You can kind of see it down here. Noah holding up the X. That is a very savage looking picture. We got Sean pointing at the camera. That was a great picture as well. That looks really good. We got Clay holding up the trophy. Remember that one at the end of the movie when the beat kind of dropped at the end. We got Elijah going to shoot Noah and putting the thumb up, looking like an absolute ISIS member. And there's the 2019 draft picture right there. But we had some great moments in our street history. But while those pictures are great, this week was better as we get started here with the week in review. Joined by the commissioner. How you doing, Commissioner?
Great to be here, man.
So let's get started here with the battle in Ica. The Devil Dogs, who just came off their first win of the season, against Extremely Explicit, who just came off their first loss of the season. XX dominated early in this one. Patrick Mahomes, huge.
Yeah, Extremely Explicit is averaging a point total we've never seen before in the SFL.
138.5 to be exact.
Crazy.
That's absolutely wild, especially through 5-6 games. But Devil Dogs stayed in the matchup. Ezekiel Elliott was big in this one with 22 points. And it came down to Sunday Night Football, but that bad man was ready to go in Seattle.
Big Dick was not ready to let Devil Dogs beat him. He came out and said, "Get the fuck out of here."
That's a great nickname, by the way. But Stephon Diggs, Tyler Lockett, some of the guys for the Devil Dogs didn't do enough. Extremely Explicit, 132-89 to get back on track. Wikiwachi and Boss Hog, obviously one of the least exciting matchups that we've ever seen in the SFL. Wikiwachi just sucks right now with that.
Yeah, this match, the greatest way to summarize it is that Wikiwachi lost, Boss Hog killed him. Let's move on.
Let's move on to the greatest game in the history of the sport of fantasy football. Suburban Icon, the Do-Si-Do. Icon led by 25 points with Dalvin Cook and Jonnu Smith against Russell Wilson, Adam Thielen, and Chris Carson. Dalvin Cook was dominating early in the matchup, doubling their points, giving a sure lead, but Dalvin Cook down with an injury. As we all know, Russell Wilson, Thielen, and Chris Carson dominated from there on out.
It was a crazy comeback. Chris Carson scores a touchdown, Thielen scores 2, Russell starts cooking. It was a hell of a comeback by the Do-Si-Do.
And the Do-Si-Do led by 15 heading into Monday night against the tight end. Well, if there's one tight end that's going to get past that 15-point threshold, I would think it'd have to be a guy like this, an absolute god at receiving. But it didn't look like he was going to do it. He scored an early touchdown in the third quarter, but it just didn't seem likely. After Derrick Henry ran in a touchdown in the fourth quarter, I felt like that was the match.
Yeah, they had a possession in the red zone with 3 minutes left, and after they didn't score on that, it pretty much was over. And then they fumbled the kickoff, allowing the Titans to get back in the red zone. They ran out the clock pretty much. It was 4th down. They got it. They got to the 6-yard line. Johnny needed 7. They lose a yard. All of a sudden, touchdown Jonnu Smith. Was he across the line? Yes, he definitely was. But apparently the refs see something different. Jonnu, 7-yard touchdown, the exact yardage. That is your game of the year 2020.
116 to 115. Icon takes it over the Do-Si-Do. And here are the standings we have for week number 5. Extremely Explicit, absolutely toppling number there at 136.8. I made a mistake earlier in the show, 136.8. Wikiwachi averaging only 185.8 points. That is your division. Here's the power rankings for week 5. Number 6, Wikiwachi. They've struggled so far, but I feel like out of 4 through 6, they have the most potential to win a championship because they have a lot of players coming back.
They're going to get, pretty healthy this week.
Devil Dogs at number 5. I feel like 4 and 5 are close. Devil Dogs are there. I just don't know what's going to happen with their upcoming schedule. They have a tough schedule coming up. Number 4, we got the Alabama Do-Si-Do. They have been rock solid so far, but 2 losses by within a point. They could be 4-1 right now as we speak.
If you're talking about the first 5 weeks, I think they're on a different tier than the Devil Dogs and Wikiwachi, just because they did lose twice within a point. I mean, they could easily be 3-2 right now. But
and don't forget, week 3, Lamar Jackson, he only put up 13 points on Monday Night Football. He could have easily topped the number and won week 3 as well. Number 3, we got Boss Hog, and honestly, I think the chances at Boss Hog being a dominant champion are probably over with the injury of Dak Prescott. I feel like there are trade talks going on with Dak Prescott. He actually had a trade with Kenny Golladay with Wikiwachi before the matchup, and that was about to get accepted, but Sean didn't want to wait until after this week because He didn't want Wiki Watch to get Dak Prescott for the matchup. That was a big trade, and I think his chances of being a dominant champion are over. Number 2, we got Suburban Icon. They look good, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting traded sucks for Icon. But they got Michael Thomas out of it. A big trade there for Icon, and a big trade for Boss Hog as well. But number 1, we got Extremely Explicit. Always going to be on top. Even if they lose this week, they'll be on top. They have been absolutely ecstatically crazy in this first 5 weeks. And that does it for the week in review. Up next, we're going to talk to, in my opinion, the biggest winner, but obviously they lost in week 5. We're going to talk to the Do-Si-Do.
Off the play fake, Tannehill rolls to the right. Got himself some room, throws, end zone, touchdown, Jonnu Smith.
Welcome back to Blacked Out Badger Speaks as we talk with the owner of the week, representing Alabama and America's team, the Alabama Do-Si-Do owner, Alex Cole. How you doing, Alex?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So obviously a tough loss for you this weekend. Jonnu Smith absolutely erupts on Monday Night Football. Paint me the scene of what happened in Alabama while that happened.
Well, before the game started, I liked my odds. I really did. I just told Ryan, I was like, there's no way in hell he scores 16.
Unfortunately, he got it right on the dot.
Exactly. What's he do? Score 16. The only thing we couldn't let up is 2 touchdowns. What's he do? Scores 2 touchdowns.
And unfortunately, that was a tough loss for you guys. But you guys are right now in the 4th seed, still currently in the playoff picture right now. Who are you most happy about on your team right now?
I'm going with my MVP candidate, Russell Wilson.
Russell's been
There's
dominant.
no doubt. He's really been stepping up for us. It's gonna be a tough week with him on a bye week. But we know we got Lamar, but Russell Wilson for sure has really made us happy up here.
And your head coach, Nick Saban, unfortunately went down with COVID. But as you said, he was built different. Right now, he's testing negative and head coaching for Alabama Crimson Tide right now, 2 days after he tested positive. How do you feel about your head coach, and will he be on the sidelines for the Do-Si-Do this weekend?
Of course he will. If he's out there with Bama, he's out there with us. I knew right when I heard the news, it was only a matter of a few days. Hell, it could have been a couple hours. He was going to test negative.
And of course, you have a tough matchup this week against the hottest team in the SFL, Extremely Explicit. How are you going to get it done against Extremely Explicit?
Well, what I've been conversing with Ryan is our running backs got to be hot. We've had really good success with wide receivers, tight ends, quarterback, defense, kickers. But hell, our running backs really need to step it up this week.
And of course, that will be a fun one to watch there as you guys take on the number 1 team in the SFL. Thank you for joining us, Alex, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Blacked Out Badger Speaks, and now we're going to do the predictions for Week 6. So far, I am 12-3 on the year, went 3-0 last week, and let's make it better in Week 6. We'll start out with the game of the week with playoff implications. Wiki Watchy and the Devil Dogs. Devil Dogs 9-point favorites in this one. Expect the quarterbacks to be huge in this one. Aaron Rodgers against Tampa versus Deshaun Watson, who plays Tennessee. And while they have been on the struggle bus big time, I have the Tribe pulling it out, 108-99. James Conner going to be a factor. Expect the running backs for Wiki Watch to be big this week. Now we got the leaders in Division Can, Boss Hog and Suburban Icon, all on win streaks. Expect the battle. I mean, Clay did do a trade that did trade away Clyde Edwards-Helaire for a guy on a bye week, so that definitely gave Boss Hog the edge. But I still love the chances of Suburban Icon in taking this one. It's the quarterback battle that's going to do it. Josh Allen versus Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray will beat him. 112-108. DeAndre Hopkins on Monday Night Football. He's going to be huge. And in the last game, the Alabama Do-Si-Do and Extremely Explicit going at it. Extremely Explicit hit hard by bye weeks, and so is the Alabama Do-Si-Do. Extremely Explicit a little bit harder. The line is even, especially for a team that's averaging 137 points a game. Surprised to see the line even. But expect the quarterback battle to be big in this one. Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, 2 of the top quarterbacks coming in. I heard the owners were split on who to rank 1 and 2. But I had the Do-Si-Do. I have the upset coming in this one. 108-107 in a close one. Adam Thielen going to be huge in this one. Expect Mahomes to be good as well, like he always is. So that does it for the blacked out version of Badger Speaks. Good luck and stay healthy.